Okay, we're talking about the Silvertone S10, and I want to first start off with this video just saying that I have owned, I've bought several of these off of eBay, and that's usually where they come. And if you're watching this video, you're probably considering either buying one or have bought one. Or just kind of just looking around on what to get. I want to say that these are just, I would highly recommend one of these just as I would anything else. This guitar could be set up to play with just as low action on the neck as any guitar that you would possibly put in your hand once it's set up correctly. When you buy a guitar, the thing is setting one up. Of course, when you first buy one, it's not going to be set up. And when you buy one of these guitars, where maybe you've already got one, but if you're somebody out there that's just buying one of these guitars, I bought a few, like I mentioned previously, and not everything I received was the same. Things were a little differently. One that I received had a broken switch. It was all busted. Another I received had a broken tone pot. And this was all loose. And something was messed up down here. But anyway, and when I grabbed the neck of one of them, I noticed that it had these burrs that went up and down where the frets was. Okay, no big deal. I just grabbed the file out and just turned them off, and it was okay. But still, all of these had the same problem, and it was the strings were too high on the neck. I mean, God. I mean, you get there and play, and you just sit there, and your fingers are just like kill you, man. And you look, and sometimes when you play, and you would get right up in here, and you'd do some of these bends, them damn strings would get under your finger. And it's like, you would just, you do stupid crap like that. You know what I'm talking about? And so, that's with all of them. So if you buy one of these guitars, or you get one that's a little too low or something, don't blame it on the guitar. You have to set it up. And this here, if you have one of these, stay tuned on this video. Maybe this will help you a little bit, because I had to have I think it was in my fourth one of these where I finally learned how to set one up. First off, there's the truss rod nut. Don't get in there and start jacking around on the truss rod. There's something else that needs to be done before you get in there, and you can see I've really done a lot of hammering and watching videos trying to figure this out. But anyway, you do want to find an Allen wrench to go in there. And when you do turn that in there, you don't want to turn that enough to take the Allen wrench out, reset the Allen wrench in there, and spin it again. If you do that, you went too far. You got something else wrong. You just want to turn that a little bit. And you want to keep your guitar in tune when you're doing it, so you can tell what you're doing. Because what you're doing when you adjust that is you're attempting to get the fret buzz out of your fretboard by either raising or lowering it. What I did is I discovered when I tighten this or loosen this, it makes this fretboard either bow like a banana, like a bow and arrow, or it makes that bowing part, get greater or lesser as you look down the neck. It depends on, you don't have to move this a lot. It just very little does a lot here. Very little does a lot. You don't have to wait. There's some videos out here, guys, saying you have to wait. Now just tune the damn thing up. Turn it just a little bit and tune it back up and see what you did. You'll know what you did. As soon as you tune it back up, you'll have a feel for what's happened here. And then go in and look for those dead spots. Maybe you might have some dead spots. Usually they'll fall right in here if you got dead spots. And you want to don't just get in there when you first get the guitar and a guitar action race. Say, well, I tried all that though, man. Well, that's cool if you've already tried it. I mean, you ain't tore the guitar up. And you've tried, or maybe you haven't tried, adjusting these down here. You think, well, I'll just lower that, my problem's fixed. No, you've probably already found out, if you ain't found out already. It gets clashing and clanging and buzzing and carrying on, and it just don't work right. But there's something you can do to fix this. What you do is you get prepared, loosen all the strings up. Take them 4 bolts loose. You can leave them right in the guitar. Just take them loose to where the head of the neck was going to come off and lay in your hands. But before you do that, go find yourself a cereal box or something that has a hard cardboard like. It's kind of thin, but it's not real thin like paper. It's like cereal boxes, Tide boxes, and things like that has them. go find a piece of that, make one about the size of a fret, of the width of one of these frets here, maybe just a little smaller, you know, small. It don't have to be very big. And just when you take this neck off and use it as a shim and put it in the far back far all the way against back there, and allow that to take the neck and lift it, tilt the head, the whole neck back. It's going to raise the neck. Now if you look at mine, you can see where that joint goes into the guitar here. It's hard to see, but if you can see where that joint goes in that guitar, notice it's up out of there just a niche. Just a niche. And what that did is that raised this up here in the back and tilted it at an angle like. Can you follow what I'm saying? And when that happened, now I tried different widths. Now I've fixed some of these, and some of these has had different widths here, but this one just took one width of a cereal box, a width, a piece, a size, a piece of cardboard, and it was smaller than these. I think it was down. I use a real small piece. It don't have to be big. It just had to be wide enough to go across the width of the socket down in there and just seat down in there and just allow this. Now, sometimes you can put two. Some of them are way up that high where you can put two shims in there and bolt everything on. And when you bolt it on there, when I bolt this on there and when I do one now, I put my finger here as I'm bolting it on, and I kind of feel that guitar neck squish, and I call it squish, kind of this like seat in there, you know, and I want to get these, and I do these front two first because I want that to be angled. You can almost see a slight angle on that if you really look. But that will fix this. And then go to your truss rod and move that a little bit, and you'll see you can make one of these guitars play like a pro. And as far as beginner's guitar, that takes, when you do that step there, that gives you low action. Why would you want to go out and buy another guitar when you've already learned on this guitar? So you've already got sentimental feelings with your guitar, right? You could get a set of Grover tuners. These hold not bad, really, but you already know this. These are not bad tuners for something to start. This is why it's a beginner's guitar, but if you've already fixed you did the work here, you got nice low action, and you might as well just, you could get a set of tuners for these, Grover tuners, on eBay. I guess I need a Kleenex, but you get a set of Grover tuners for these on eBay and put in there. That would change everything. That changes the whole framework and everything of this guitar. And then you can just, later, if you're getting tired of the sound, I remember I had one of these, two of these, and this one sounded a little bit more tinnier sounding than the Indonesian model. I think the Indonesian model, I don't think this is Indonesian, but they look like the same thing, but the electronics and the neck is a little different. But the Indonesian model had a better tone than these right here. So I'm going to take this one out myself, and I'm going to put a humbucker back here to waken that up a little bit. And from that point, the Grover tuners and this would play just as good as any guitar you can put in your hand, stay in tune, easy, nice action. So it's all what you really want to do, I guess. So that's my review of the Silvertone S10 right there.